Hello and welcome back to Umineko. We're back
Yeah.
with
Hi, welcome.
with a bit less of a gap in between on our side.
Is there?
Uh, yeah, oh, whoa, hold on, give me a sec.
Ayo.
Okay, sorry, I just like looked over at our connection and it was like, in the red. I don't know what you're doing. um, but yeah, we recorded fairly recently actually. April 17th
Yeah.
was when we recorded. So 5 days, fairly recently. Definitely between the gap of the last recording and the one before that. All right. And I already forgot where we left off. God, I'm bad at this. Okay. All right. It's her being like, finally, I'm free. All right. And then you changed into gold butterflies, hid in the forest, and waited for your magical power to be restored. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. I take this form to sneer at you, but most of the time, it is easier magically for me to keep my form as gold butterflies.
I keep this form just to make fun of you. Get fucked, nerd. Hey, feel free to take a load off and stick to whatever's easiest. I wouldn't mind not having to hear your irritating laugh.
When I turned into butterflies and slipped into the forest, it was already no longer possible for Kinzo to find me. However, Kinzo was not dismayed. Still, he was not immediately able to prepare a way to catch me. So he first moved to prevent me from leaving this island, and to keep me from regaining my power. My. At any rate, Kinzo's spitefulness was unimaginable. It was pretty tough to be loved by someone like that.
Found a way to keep you from leaving after you turned into butterflies? What, did he put a bug net around the entire forest?
Indeed, a magical one. Didn't you know? On the sea in front of the harbor is a reef, upon which sits a small shrine of Eastern magic.
Ah, that. It was gone by this year, though. So a small shrine built long ago by Sugensha, right? From the very beginning, Rokkenjima has been an island enveloped by a distortion. It attracts things of a magical power and other related creatures. Milady herself is one of them. How about some more tea?
Please. They brought harm to humans and probably left several eerie legends in their wake. That small shrine was built in ancient times by an Eastern magician who heard of them. A long time passed and that power was lost. By repairing it, Kinzo restored this island's barrier and once again bound me to the island.
Can Eastern magic work on a Western witch like you?
Normally, the affinity would be poor.
Yo, wait. Magic's racist? Wait, what?
However, for the purpose of sealing me here, it may have been quite convenient in a way. If it was Western magic, I would have had some knowledge. For any barrier, there would have been some measures I could have taken. But Eastern magic is outside my area of expertise. It was as if I had been given chopsticks instead of a spoon for some soup that I wanted to drink.
In a space dominated by Eastern magic, Western magic loses much of its power. Even if she were given 1,000 days to regain her strength, she would have to wait many, many more. So you're saying it took you 20 years to regain your power, and now you've revived, as we can all see. Wait, what? 20 years? So wait, shit. So
It was 20 years since the homunculus died.
okay, God. So Rosa is like really young compared to the rest of the siblings, right?
Um, I would estimate that she's about like 34,
Because um, how old is George again? Like 20 something, right?
21, 23. No,
23. So,
23,
so
23.
he was 3 years old at the time of that flashback.
He was, sorry, he was, yeah, he was. At least I estimate that Rosa was 14.
Yeah,
I don't know if I just always thought that,
yeah.
just got that idea in my head. I don't know if there's any truth to it. So that would make Rosa 34,
Hmm,
which means that she would have had Maria at like 20, 25.
what a MILF. Anyway,
Anyway, those were horribly long years. I spent many days in the form of gold butterflies, found Kinzo's mansion, and watched over him every day. I lived through those days with no means to enjoy myself except to ponder how I would get back at him. That period of 20 years was fortunate for me. Kinzo tried to use all sorts of magic to find and capture me, but each failed. There's a limit to how many miracles a single human can bring about. Even simply holding me captive for that long had been a miracle far above his place. It would be unthinkable for me to be captured like that multiple times.
grandfather said something in the previous game. It was something like magic lies in a miracle of probability.
Indeed, as Kinzo was searching for a hidden art to capture me again, he stumbled upon that. Then he finally worked out the ceremony involving the offering of 13 people as sacrifices to revive me again.
13 people as sacrifices. That is the witch's epitaph, a song of sacrifices. 6 people on the first twilight, 2 people on the second, and then 5 more people on the fourth through eighth twilights. A forbidden ceremony involving the offering of a total of 13 people as sacrifices. Those sacrifices were to be chosen randomly, and the one who held the ceremony, Kinzo himself, was no exception. Dumbass. You're saying that all the gruesome murders on this island were a weird ceremony? I'd had a vague idea that this might be the case, but I couldn't just hear that it was true from a witch and a demon and say, "Oh, really?" and accept it.
There are 18 people on Rokkenjima. 13 are offered as sacrifices, 5 are left alive. Then I revive. In other words, the odds that Kinzo will be able to meet me again are probably around 1 in 3. He bet his own life on those odds, wishing for a reunion with me for the last bit of his remaining life.
1 in 3 is not bad odds. Like, I'd take that. I'd take that bet.
Yeah,
You're saying he gathered our family for the sake of that joke of a ceremony? Don't fuck with me! Is this one of the few times he said fuck?
probably.
The hell? I can't believe it's here! Don't say stuff like that, damn it!
It was all set in our contract from the beginning. When Kinzo's life ended, all the gold I lent him and all of the assets he created would be given to me. Yes, Kinzo did stab me in the back quite brutally, but looking back now, it was a rare and precious time during my 1,000 years of life. After all, boredom is my natural enemy. To Kinzo, who offered me a chance to run away from that for several decades. Yes, you could say I owe him for that. I decided to go along with Kinzo's game. So to start, the return to the Ushiromiya family heads ring to me. It was my gold that revived the family after all. Then, 13 people are chosen at random to be sacrifices. While that happens, you all run about, showing me all kinds of human interactions as you try to oppose me, and entertaining me greatly. Yes, I truly have taken a liking to this game of Kinzo's.
Ah! I definitely won't believe in that kind of magic story. Then who are you? You fell off a cliff and died, right? Your soul slipped out, became butterflies, and went into the forest? That isn't possible! But you're here! Who are you? Aren't you the 19th person?
That is true. I am the 19th person. But it's useless, right? It's all useless. There are no more than 18 humans on this Rokkenjima.
Humans. That means the killings are done by really smart wolves. Oh god, sorry, I'm recovering from a cold. I'm dying. What did you say? So you're saying that the X in the 18 plus X doesn't exist? Are you saying the piece I took, the X doesn't exist? Poo-coo-coo-coo. That is what this means. My condolences. Still, you do move fast, milady. I thought you'd let him flounder about before spinning everything around at the end. Well then, Battler-sama, would some more tea be agreeable? I don't need it, damn it! I don't believe it! The culprit can't be one of the 18! Then what are you, and why are you here? If the 19th person doesn't exist, then are you saying you're one of the 18 in disguise?
Perhaps you are castling. Though reluctantly, you are doubting one of the 18 people as your last way out. However, it will be difficult for me from here on out. If you chose to stop caring about propriety, you could prepare a culprit freely amid 18 people, making you reach checkmate by evading those 18 pieces. It will be truly difficult.
As if I do that, I won't suspect any of the 18. I don't want to suspect people. Have I really been cornered here again? Damn it, damn it, damn it!
It looks like we're finally approaching the end in the third round of this game of ours. You've nowhere to run anymore, right? You don't want to suspect any of those beloved people in the 18, do you? Were you trying to hide that from me? Then why do you refuse me? They say you should play the opening like a book, middle game like a magician, and the end game like a machine. I'll corner you from here on. Slowly, carefully, surely. Or, on the other hand, would it be better if I pressed you all at once, which might suit your style more? Yes, that should fit you well. Let's do that. I'm now fully aware of the sorts of attacks you're weakest against.
This is taking a while. Jesus Christ. Okay, I got a trophy.
Ayo, achievement.
Midnight. Now we can begin.
0 o'clock.
0 o'clock. Ah! Jesus Christ. Such a big clock. Jesus Christ, finally, some
Oh, great.
words.
Well then, how will this game be resolved? You may submit or you may resist. Either way, it will truly be an entertaining banquet worth betting my short remaining life on.
In his dimly lit study, occasionally brightened by lightning, Genzo kept mumbling and laughing to himself.
Dude, turn the lights on.
On the antique clock with the intricate design that had been sitting on his desk, the two overlapping hands tilted to the right and began to slide. The measure of time that counted up to 24 had returned to 0 and begun to count back again.
Measuring time is a brutal thing. It drags itself all the way to 24 over the course of a day, and then returns back to 0. It certainly did count to 23:59. However, is it ever able to reach 24? If you conclude that it returns to 0 again without reaching 24, how futile it must all be.
But perhaps a person's life is the same. You live aiming for a perfect 24, and in the instant you reach it, you return to 0. People will probably praise the departed, saying that he did reach 24, but he most certainly did not. He died at 23, a day before his birthday. In the end, he's a 0.
I am different. I will live and reach 24.
Kinzo, I hate to break it to you, but you are way older than 24.
That itself is the Golden Land, for that is where Beatrice dwells.
Kinzo had been fumbling around with some tarot cards for some time. It looked as though he was trying to divine his own luck with the contest, doing it over every time he didn't like the result. The most forbidden action in tarot reading is trying to predict the same thing twice. To do so ridicules the results of fortune telling, and also deprecates those beings higher than humans that give revelations through the tarot cards. God, I can't talk. However, Kinzo knew. Tarot cards shouldn't be used twice because, since they're nothing more than a random number generator. Shit, Gamer Kinzo? He know about that RNG? Reading them twice will naturally cause a different result to appear. Therefore, reading them twice is only forbidden to preserve the mystique of the tarot card's results. However, that didn't mean that Kinzo didn't take tarot reading seriously. Kinzo's interpretation of tarot reading was done in a completely different way. That was to repeat the reading over and over, without giving up in the slightest, until he reached the result most favorable to him. The mark he set for this most favorable result would vary, but when he demanded the most favorable result in a strictly literal sense, it was the same as a simple roulette of luck, where he seeked an arithmetic miracle. God, I can't. However, Kinzo uses miracles of numbers as the basis of his magical power, so this functioned perfectly well as a magical ritual. In other words, until the result he desired appeared perfectly, he would strive to repeat the tarot readings over and over, with conviction, turning the feelings of his heart into prayers, so that when they reached the heavens, they would be sublimated into results. This was Kinzo's personal magical interpretation. Therefore, even though Kinzo's tarot cards were no different from those generally used, the way in which they were used was completely different.
Tonight will not go as I thought.
Kinzo stopped his hands for a second. He seemed not to be getting the results he wanted. On the contrary, bad cards that shouldn't show up so often appeared repeatedly, and continued to interfere with the miracle Kinzo wished for.
Is that how it is?
Kinzo seemed to have received some revelation that was different from normal, but, judging by the unlucky cards scattered across its desk, it was difficult to imagine that the omen had been a good one. For a while, Kinzo closed his eyes tightly, pondering something. Then, as the thunder roared, he made up his mind about something, took the telephone receiver, and dialed.
It is I. Is Genji there? An urgent matter has come up.
Bring Battler. Just like, oh, okay. So, Battler, I'm to understand this is the third time we've been through this, huh? You got that from the tarot cards? Oh god, sorry, I'm like shifting around on my chair and it makes so much noise. In front of the entrance hall, Shannon's once burning face had been cooled off by the frigid air. She had thought that George's proposal would surely come sooner or later. It wasn't as though she hadn't prepared herself mentally, and she had answered by nodding. Had she been reckless because of her youth? Should she have thought about her future more seriously? I wonder if my immediate reply made him think I'm a cheap girl. If I'd at least waited until tomorrow morning, would that at least have shown him I was taking this seriously? Now that she'd already received the ring from George, Shannon kept fidgeting in embarrassment. I should have done this, I should have done that. As she did, she heard the sound of footsteps splashing through puddles. Shannon immediately chased away the emotions welling up inside her.
Genji-sama? And Kanon-kun too? I'm sorry, I have to go back soon.
She grew stiff, thinking she'd surely be scolded for spending too much time in her secret lover's meeting with George. Shannon, the master told us to come to the study saying it was urgent. Let us hurry.
Huh? Yes, certainly. What in the world? He said he had a premonition of misfortune. How convenient for him, considering he's the one who started this ceremony.
We will enter from the back so that Goda doesn't notice us. Hide your footsteps.
Yes. Nezan, take care. You're so noisy.
Sorry, seeing these two interact has reminded me the manga screenshots you sent me.
Of course, yeah.
Future me throw them up on screen, so everyone else can see. For some reason, the manga artist and authors decided that they needed that Canon and Shannon needed intense sexual tension, and I can't get over it. I can't, I can't get over it. Why did they decide to do that?
To be a little silly, I don't know.
They just wanted to do a little
They got a
silly.
little silly with it.
They got a little
They got a
silly.
little silly with it.
They got a little silly,
Got a little
making the
goofy.
two characters who have a sibling-like relationship have sexual tension.
At some point, after my first playthrough, I had just forgotten that they weren't related.
Yeah, it's like they're just so like sibling coded. They have such a sibling-like relationship that you're like, yeah,
They look
that's a
too
brother
similar
and
too.
sister right there. And then you see those fucking images from the manga, and you're like, oh my god.
It's like in Sensei when they make a gay couple into cousins.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Fuck. Anyway, Cannon was especially good at hiding his footsteps. Just like a cat. He was able to suddenly be there without anyone noticing and leave in the same way. For example, even though he stepped in puddles, the sound he made was far smaller than that of the rain hitting them. Genji also had the abilities of that kind. Or rather, those servants called furniture were supposed to be like that. Just like how desks and closets go unnoticed by members of the family. These servants also held it as a great virtue to just suddenly be there whenever they were needed. Compared to that, Shannon's footsteps were still strongly asserted themselves. She was also trying to hide her footsteps, but compared to Cannon and Genji, well, you could say she was a little more boisterous. Eventually, they reached the back door, and the three of them entered the mansion. Immediately, they thought they felt something. It was different from a sense of smell, and it seemed to hit the depths of their noses. This hard-to-describe sensation, which you might call a sixth sense, allowed them to perceive that something was different than usual.
Genji-sama.
Indeed. Let us
Oh,
hurry.
I didn't even notice it was that sprite. That's so funny. That sprite is so funny.
It is a good sprite. That sensation made it feel as though a tense something was pressing in around them. Realizing that, the three of them dashed up the stairs, heading for Kenzo's study while hiding their footsteps. When they dashed up the stairs, that smell of sweet poison particular to Kenzo's study reached their nose.
What is it, Genji-sama? The barrier is dead.
Oh, fuck.
Huh? Ah,
After hearing Cannon's words, she looked at the door to the study. A scorpion pattern was engraved on the doorknob, a powerful ward against magic. The final barrier which protected Kenzo himself. It had been broken. Of course, there was no change to the doorknob that the eye could see. However, those who could understand things people couldn't perceive were able to recognize that a dramatic change had occurred. Master? Master? It is Genji! Please open the door! Genji called in this way after knocking several times, but there was no answer from the study. Shannon, guard our backs. Cannon, search inside the room.
Yes.
Cannon put his ear against the door, searching for a presence inside the study. To protect the backs of the pair watching the door, Shannon faced the other way, ready for the unexpected.
Sorry, um, I just saw a king cart of Ronald McDonald and the Burger King.
Did Toby send it to you?
No.
Because he sent it to me. he
I
said
think
it.
it didn't I could pick it up, but I was just laughing.
Yeah, Toby sent it to a group chat I'm in with him, and he's just like, I've been seeing this too much lately. And all I could say was, this is the first time I've ever seen it, and I agree.
Yeah, the master must be in here, but it's too quiet.
Do you mean to say he's safe?
No, it's too quiet.
They
I
open the
don't hear
door.
any screaming.
They open the door and they see Kinzo fucking one hand holding the gun towards the door, the other hand holding an entire bottle of absinthe. Like, just fully ready.
True. Could it possibly be?
Master, excuse us about the door. Genji pulled a gold key out of his pocket. It was the only key to the study that existed, other than the one Kinzo held. He stuck it in the keyhole and turned it heavily. At first glance, that seemed to prove that it was a sturdy lock. However, now that the barrier had been destroyed, this door might as well have been left open from the viewpoint of anyone with magical power. The heavy sound just now meant that the door had now been opened, even for humans. God, I can't talk. Excuse me. As Genji respectfully bowed his head, and Cannon's sense of tension grew tighter, and Shannon trembled, they entered the study. They immediately discovered Kinso's figure. He was sitting on the reception sofa so his back faced them. Genji noticed the person sitting across from him, and again bowed deeply. Ah! Cannon also noticed that person, but he didn't bow his head. He stood in front of Shannon and spread out his arms, blocking the way to her. So without even seeing that person's face, Shannon already had a pretty good idea who it was. So, you have come, Beatrice-sama.
Genji, is it? You came very quickly. Yes, it is always best when furniture answers to their master's call quickly. Unlike this person.
So, Nove-sama has come as well. Genji directed his greeting towards the thin darkness behind and to the right of Beatrice, where there shouldn't have been anything. Even Cannon and Shannon would never have imagined that someone was there. However, the darkness responded immediately and praised Genji's eyesight. As usual, you don't disappoint. It has been quite some time. Still, you've grown old, haven't you? Have so many years truly passed you by? My days have been full and satisfying. It appears you have been living quite a full life yourself, Renove-sama. Yes, thank you. And Shannon, it has been a long time since I last saw you as well. You have grown quite beautiful, and it seems that you have grown quite strong. That is fortunate.
Thank you very much. Ne-san, who in the world?
This will be our first meeting, Kanan-kun. I, Renove, had been entrusted with the position of Beatrice Sama's head furniture. I am an old friend of Genji-san's. I am also furniture, just like you. Although the master I serve is different. The tense color didn't disappear from Kanan's face in the slightest. Depending on the master of furniture served, they might be kind or brutal, or anything else. If this person claimed to be furniture serving the hated Beatrice, then he must be despicable as well.
There's just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is the recording picking up the music?
Yes.
Cool, good. It seems I'm thoroughly despised. It's as though you hate everything that has anything to do with me.
Beatrice openly sneered at Kanan's hate-filled face. Then, Kanan finally realized. Beatrice and Kinzo were having a chess game across the reception table. But Kinzo hadn't even quivered. He was holding his hand with... Sorry. He was holding his head... Yeah, I'm okay. He was holding his head with both hands, his eyes closed tight as he contemplated his next move. Or was he in anguish?
Master, I have told Kinzo 2 things. There was good news and bad news. The good news is that he'll have the good fortune of being reunited with me before the ceremony ends.
The bad news is that they hit the Pentagon. Sorry.
The bad news is that Kinzo has been selected as the very first sacrifice in the ceremony. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Because it truly was decided by the fickle roulette. Oh, liar. We know you're just a murderer who kills for fun.
Yeah! Get him!
Stop it, Kanan-kun.
Nah, let him at her.
So, Kinzo, isn't it about time you decided to accept your loss? With this, our long contest is at an end, yes?
At a glance, it was hard to make out the situation on that chaotic chessboard. However, judging by Kinzo's anguish and Beatrice's malicious confidence, it seemed to be over already.
It is unavoidable. Perhaps even this could be amusing. It is to me too. Resolving my contest with you may bring a flood of emotions, but it has already surpassed love and hate. It was fun. These past few decades certainly weren't boring.
Beatrice advanced her queen and made her final move. And that decided it.
Checkmate. This is my final tribute to you. Without any reservations, sleep.
Kinzo suddenly stood up and laughed, like an opera singer facing a full crowd and spreading his arms, as though he had succeeded in a century-long plan. Ah! What the fuck?
Why is he saying that? Yo.
That laugh.
Why is he saying that?
I don't know. Spag Crimson. I was kind of hoping that he was gonna like pull out something, like at the final get fucked nerd, you know? But no.
Yeah.
He's just dying like a loser. Legit though, this is fucking terrifying. Crimson flames poured out from inside him, spitting even out of his mouth, ears, and nose, and all at once, His body was wrapped in hellfire. But Kinzo kept laughing. The more he laughed, the more the hellfire spewed from his entire body and began to char him. Those flames became a brilliant light, which dazzlingly shone on the various magic tools throughout the room, making their distorted shadows dance across the walls. Those shadows looked like the dead in hell, watching over Kinzo in ecstasy as he burned. And, for one who had made a contract with the witch, it was an extremely fitting end. In accordance with those terms, after laughing and howling in the roaring flames for some time, Kinzo flopped to the ground as though he was a puppet whose strings had been cut. Those incredible blazing flames disappeared as though he'd been completely burned up, and afterwards, nothing remained but a festering and burnt corpse that one could hardly bear to look at. Well,
Horrible. You should talk. As if you didn't think that was a fitting way for him to die. Why have you shown yourself? Do you have some business with us? Stop it, Nankun. You mustn't provoke Beatrice-sama.
it would seem you have them absolutely terrified.
I imagine I'll never get along with Kanon. Hey, it's not as though I dislike you particularly.
Beatrice grinned. Cannon finally averted his gaze, obviously unhappy. His reaction was so different from what he wanted to do that it made the witch and her butler laugh. Cannon, you stand in the presence of Beatrice-sama. Carefully consider your manner of speech.
Oh, I care not, Genji. Let him say what he pleases.
Cannon's like, oh, in that case, and he just starts going off.
I am gracious. How are you gracious? I am always gracious to those who are about to die.
That is not true at all. Cannon was taken aback by that creepy laughter. Beatrice wasn't here just to take Kinzo's life. The first twilight required 6 sacrifices. Kinzo alone wasn't nearly enough, and they just casually walked in here.
Fear not, Kanon. It isn't as though you'll be selected as sacrifices just because you came here. After all, you were called here because you'd been selected already. What?
Their instincts were good enough to spot her meaning instantly. 6 sacrifices were required for the first twilight. After Kinzo, how many more would you need to add up to 6? In this mansion, the number 5 instantly made them think of the number of servants here. Is that what you desire? Jesus, Genji.
Indeed. Thank me, furniture. Tonight, your days of suffering will finally end. You want to thank me for coming here to tell you this.
I would love it if one of them was like, nah, I'm good, and then just turned around and just fully walked out of the room. Like, just not even, like, giving her the time of day. I know it probably won't work, but it'd be so funny for them to be like, nah, and just fully disregard her. Certainly, if that is your desire.
Genji-sama.
Genji had agreed to the witch's heartless announcement with his usual demeanor, without raising an eyebrow. Oh shit, that's me, sorry. Now that the master is dead, Beatrice-sama is our master. Responding to her demands shall be our final duty. Jesus, dude, get therapy! Shannon, Canon, you have done well serving until today. That hard work is now over. As I expected of you, Genji. As your fellow furniture, I'm proud to have known you. Shannon, do you have any objections?
No,
I've heard that George Sama gave you a ring. Do you still say that? Do you still say that you have no regrets?
yes, that blessing was more than furniture deserves. Just receiving the ring has already satisfied my feelings.
Shannon couldn't take quite as much as a Shannon couldn't take quite as much of a philosophical view as Genji. There probably were regrets left in her heart. She probably wanted to spend a little more warm time with the person she cared for, George. But she released herself from that. She took a single deep breath, and a blank expression rose to her face. Very well. It does surprise me a tad to find that you've gained such composure, Shannon. It seems you too have taken a philosophical view as furniture.
Would you at least shed some bitter tears for not being able to spend a night with the man you love? What a boring woman. This feeling cannot be understood by the likes of you, Beatrice-sama.
Oh, shit!
If you desire our lives, please accept them. We will solemnly carry out that duty.
Very well. Excellently put. Just the type of person Beatrice-sama can't handle.
She's been taking such a far-sighted view of things lately. I must have tormented her too much last time. Speaking of which, didn't I do the same to Battler? Am I still soft? Or is the way I corner them lacking? In any case, she's just no fun. However, it seems you will still entertain me, right? Kanon? Kanon-kun?
Compared to the two who had taken the far-sighted approach, there was a painful anguish on Cannon's face. Cannon was still far too young to accept his demise after being told of it by a suddenly appearing witch. I don't what I don't think it matters what age. I think if you get told by a witch that you're gonna die and your first reaction is if that's what you want, maybe you should have gone to therapy.
That's true. Also, I gotta take a break for a second.
Alright.
Kanon. I hate boredom more than anything. And the fact that the other two have obediently accepted their deaths isn't amusing at all. So, I hope you don't betray my expectations. Are you trying to make me your plaything?
Cannon realized that he was being provoked. However, no matter how furiously anger spurred him on, his opponent was a witch. He was furniture. He hadn't had a chance of victory from the beginning. But the witch was expecting that he'd struggle in vain and writhe around. And was even looking forward to it. Just thinking about that was frustrating enough to get his blood boiling. Was disappointing the witch by refusing to resist like the other two the only way he could strike back at her?
Eldest of the seven
Oh yeah,
sisters.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry!
Eldest of the seven sisters of purgatory, Lucifer. Arise.
Fun. Shit. Okay. Oh god. Sorry, I had to respond to a text real quick. Lucifer, a bride right here!
Kanon, it would be far too cruel to force furniture to fight a witch. No matter how much anger spurs you on, you would have no hope in a battle without a chance of success.
I don't know, I think you could do it. I think Canada could kick her ass.
Of course, such a battle would be boring for me as well. So let it be furniture against furniture. Why not resolve it with a battle between you two? That should be enough to allow you some hope for victory, right?
Meta Battler fucking breaks into this layer of reality and just starts screaming like, "Yeah, Cannon! Fuck her up!" Just
Got too silly.
fully breaks the laws of reality just to support his guy.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Major Sama, but how could I be inferior to this good-for-nothing furniture? As if this cutie would have any chance against me. It's such a bad voice for these characters.
So good. Mm. Prove that you can defeat my furniture. The seven stakes of purgatory. If you manage to win, though, let us see. I will let you select the five who will escape becoming one of the 13 sacrifices. I will welcome the five you recommend into the Golden Land without any conditions. How about that?
Ken understood that he was being provoked. However, the witch's offer was very tempting. By this point, Cannon couldn't care less about this evil ceremony the witch and the rest were trying to carry out. On the contrary, it was much more important that he would remain alive so that he could be invited to the Golden Land and have his wish granted by Beatrice there.
You cried, saying that you'd had enough of being furniture, right? I shall grant your desire. I shall give you that human body you wanted so much you cried yourself to sleep. What do you say? That way you and Jessica could be together, yes? Oh, just perfect. You may recommend that Jessica and yourself be invited to the Golden Land. If you alone finding happiness isn't a satisfying solution for you, then you can add in Shannon and George, the one she loves. If you're worried about duty, then you can also add Genji. Oh, that's five people. Isn't that enough, Kanon? With this much of a reward? You won't let me get bored, will you?
I hope Cannon doesn't even get his like spiritual servant sword or anything like that. I hope he just fully fist fights Lucifer and wins.
True. She's just playing with you. There is no need to listen to her. I I don't like it. Are you okay with this, Nay-san?
Beatrice couldn't hide her evil smile at those words.
I don't like it. I want to be happy. I've had enough of being furniture.
It pants to Genji and he's just like, Jesus, I should have told Kinzo to give them therapy. Oh god.
I should have told Kinzo to hire a therapist for the island. I want to become human and have normal love. I want to know that the ocean is blue like you.
How young. I'm jealous.
That's why I like the young ones.
Don't. Hey, you want to say
No,
that into this?
no, it was
You want to say that into this microphone,
that was
Beatrice?
that was worded so badly.
Right? Oh,
Genji, Kanon, stay back. Kanon, Lucifer, forward.
as you command. I don't like it. The way you look down on me. As if Beatrice somehow would be impossible with me to at least have a chance. I really don't like it. It was probably humiliating for Lucifer. But at the same time, she was also happy that she was lucky enough to have this adorable prey all to herself.
Furniture of the witch. Don't think that you can look down on me forever.
There's just this massive battle, and then it pans down to Goda in the kitchen, like, a lot of noise going on upstairs.
God damn it. My mouth is full. Eating chocolate. So bad though. Isn't this a fun show?
Damn it. Another weird thing's happening. I could ever believe in a magic battle.
Imagine if the battle was so good that he just accepted magic.
He's like, you know what? That's sick as shit. Magic's real, but I think only canon can do it. Oh fuck.
It's like as if a battle so good that it would just completely break him if he found out that didn't actually happen.
God. Just that is like, you know what? Magic's real,
He
but I
just
think
has to accept
only
magic.
canon could do it. I think Beatrice might strangle him if he implies that mere furniture could do magic better than the Golden Witch herself. That really got you. Is this a genuine laugh? It sounds like you're doing the Beatrice laugh.
No, I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
It was a little forced. I was exaggerating a little bit. Look, don't turn your eyes away. Look at it. It's magic. It's furniture. No matter how much you try to deny me and magic. Look. If you've got all this happening right in front of you, it'd be a waste to miss it, don't you think? Look. Just stop thinking. Magic exists. This is a fantasy. This is fantasy. Don't close your eyes. Look closely. Look.
Alright, fine, now look. You can clearly see the strings. Oh god, I'm thinking of the Tom Scott sketch, Wizzo the Wizard. That's such an Umineko video. Oh my god, I need to show you it. Damn it! I won't accept witches. I won't accept magic. But if it's being done right in the open like that, what am I supposed to say? Damn it!
Come now, don't turn away. Look closely. Okay. Magic exists. This is fantasy, so stop playing detective. I know your secret. You actually don't really like to think things through, right? Then just stop. Stop. Look. Fantasy. Yeah.
The bimbofication of Battler. You
So
don't
what?
actually like to think things through, do you? It's just like, okay. Shut up! Don't talk
What
to
did you
me!
say? What did you say? The what of toddler?
I said the bimbofication of Battler.
Oh, okay. Really.
This guy's getting stubborn. Won't you apologize and crawl on the ground right now for being so conceited that you thought you could beat me? If you did, I wouldn't mind forgiving you, okay? And then you wouldn't have to have your skin ripped off while you're still alive. Or get lashed all over your body as you squirm until you die. You're a cutie, so apologize if you do. I'll finish you off so gently. Well, it still feels great. Huh? Anyway.
Be silent, furniture of the witch. I have no intention of speaking with you.
So, you're saying you're thinking nothing of me? That disrespectful gaze of yours is awakening something in me. Like, oh, that's a weird turn this is taking. It's really ticking me off!
Good.
Damn.
Isn't he stronger than he was against Satan?
This is why humans are so frightening. In fact, sometimes they even become witches and treat demons as butlers. That's my laugh, you bitch!
So, which should I cheer on?
Are you saying this guy's on par with me? Oh, someone has an inferiority complex.
Of course, she represents pride.
Oh yeah, true, I forgot.
Don't look down on me. As long as you have that pride, you'll never defeat me.
Yeah. You speak of Lucifer, the eldest of 7 sisters of Purgatory, and say that I cannot win? How conceited! Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Thank God I don't have epilepsy. Holy shit. Canon was desperately trying to stay alive, and he had a strong desire to become human. But Lucifer didn't feel anything stronger than a slight desire to play. So that led to an inevitable result. There was a result that could be reached by the power of humans. The power of the heart.
That's as far as you go. You cannot win against me.
The glowing red curve extended straight out from Canon's arm, pointing at Lucifer's throat just beneath the tip of her chin. What is this? How could I? There must be some mistake! As she ground her teeth in irritation, she tried to deny the truth right before her eyes. But no matter how much she believed in her own superiority, it didn't change the facts right in front of her.
Oh. Well done, Canon. Wonderful, you haven't bored me. How pitiful my furniture is compared to that.
Lucifer, you are boring, milady. Was this opponent really too much for you to handle?
I'm disappointed, eldest of the 7 stakes.
It would seem like mere rebuke to an outsider. However, furniture serving the rich knew what kind of severe treatment was promised by that rebuke, and understood what had been left unsaid. She goes back to the metal world, and it just shows Battler gently patting her on the back. Like, I know. You good-for-nothing furniture! She howled. Abandoning her last bit of pride, she made her body explode, exposing her true form. That form was a demon stake which bounced off the walls surrounding the room. How could you shame me so much? I'll kill! You blockhead! Even though you can't even follow my movements anymore! I won't play around anymore! I'm seriously mad I'll pierce your heart in one blow! I'll plow right through you and make a fountain of bright red blood feast the ceiling! Die!
Kanon-kun?
After flying about widely for some time with the speed approaching the limits of what a human eye could follow, Lucifer flew at Cannon's heart. And what? She could tell that it was Cannon's blood by the sweet taste of it. But she quickly noticed one thing. She hadn't pierced his heart.
Oh.
I was really hoping that she was gonna hardcore fuck up and then pierce Beatrice and just like, oh, game over, sick. This is why humans are frightening. Would you like some black tea?
I am fine for now. This is so amusing. I don't even need any. Kanon-kun?
Fucking ow! That's all he says.
You were arrogant again. I told you that you wouldn't be able to defeat me.
The floor was stained with dripping blood. It really was Cannon's blood, but it wasn't flowing out of his chest. Cannon had sacrificed his own left hand to protect his heart. What a fucking king! Lucifer was arrogant. Even though she'd been given enough time to realize that this was an opponent capable of cornering her, in her pride she had believed him to be worthless. She had gotten careless. So just as she had announced, she had aimed for his chest trying to pierce his heart. Because she was arrogant, she hadn't even thought of aiming for somewhere other than the place she had announced. No, maybe she had thought of it a little. However, her pride would not allow her to aim for a different spot. After all, she was Lucifer of Pride. Cannon, withstanding the pain, grasped the demon stake sticking into his left hand strongly with his right hand, and pulled it out. When she heard the sound of breaking bone and even more blood dripping down, Shannon looked away reflexively. There was an air hole in the back of the pierced hand so big you could clearly see through to the other side. Goddamn, Cannon! Cannon's face was filled with pain. But right now, he had won, without a doubt. The demon stake he was gripping with his right hand turned back into Lucifer again. They blushed as they realized they were holding hands. Like, what? Oh, okay, that makes more sense in context. So that Cannon was now gripping exactly where her neck was.
It's my victory, Beatrice.
Cannon didn't hold back at all with the hand gripping Lucifer's throat. She had challenged him again after their fight had already been decided. Cannon had no obligation to be considerate. But even so, Cannon released the witch's furniture. Was it his naive humanism, his pity for another furniture, or a final bit of respect to the witch? In any case, when she was released, Lucifer fell face down on the ground, retching and moaning over the pain in her throat. Spectacular, Cannon. Your great efforts have proven the correctness of some of Kinzo's research. Renove was clapping his hands. To Cannon, who had won at great cost and had a wound on his left hand that wouldn't close, Renove's applause only felt like mockery.
All possibilities dwell within the human heart, was it? My, this is why humans are frightening. Well done, Kanon. You are victorious. Spectacular. Are you okay, Kanon-kun?
Shannon ran up to him and wrapped a handkerchief around his left hand, which was still spraying blood.
That was incredible, Kanon. Truly incredible. Even I was hoping at least for a little. For an upset. That you didn't let me down makes you truly splendid furniture.
I kind of wanted to pan to Meta World and Battler's just fucking screaming, like, yeah! That's my boy right there!
I think better of you now. I honestly think better of you. You haven't forgotten our promise, right? Beatrice. Indeed. Of course I haven't forgotten. Witches and demons may be inhumane. However, we are much nobler than humans when it comes to keeping promises. I will not go back on my word. I guaranteed that if you won, I would give you the right to decide the 5 people who will escape becoming the 13 sacrifices.
But Beatrice-sama, it's not like I've... When Beatrice waved her pipe, heaven and earth turned over for just Lucifer. So as a horribly natural result, she fell onto the ceiling. The ceiling doesn't seem that high to people standing on the floor. However, people who fall on it upside down and headfirst usually don't agree. Lady, isn't that a little much?
Perhaps you're right. I suppose I'll forgive her.
Beatrice waved her pipe again. When she did, the magic that had been affecting Lucifer was released. So as a horribly natural result, this time she fell properly back onto the floor. Fucking ow! Beatrice-sama, forgive me.
What are you so afraid of? I've already forgiven you, haven't I? So, Kanon, shall we continue? Continue what? You aren't saying you want me to finish her, are you? Ah, no. It isn't over yet, right? What isn't? Stop dodging the question. I did promise to you your reward, didn't I? If you could defeat my furniture.
Yeah.
The 7 stakes of purgatory, right?
Now I believe in my guy Cannon. Kick their fucking ass! You got this, guy!
Come, arise, the 7 stakes of purgatory. The 6 younger sisters of the worthless elder sister.
Oh god. The air split with shrill laughter, and as a golden splash scattered about, the remaining 6 sisters of Purgatory showed themselves. All the 7 sisters of Purgatory were here, after Cannon was able to defeat one by only by sacrificing his left arm. By now, Cannon regretted his thoughtlessness in accepting the witch's challenge. He had been foolish to assume that a game against a witch would be on an even footing. Lame! Hone-sama, why are you crawling on the floor? You people! I told you Hone-sama's useless! Even though she acts like she's so great just because she's the oldest, that's only on the outside. Yeah, seriously. Lucifer Hone-sama, your disgraceful behavior will damage the reputation of us all! Know your shame, you novice! Kanaguna was totally awesome! But don't get cocky, okay? Lucifer Hone-sama brags all the time, but she's no big deal compared to the rest of us sisters. And that's why I'm always saying Lucifer Hone shouldn't do anything.
Just let her keep bragging all the time. After all, those of us with talent can handle all the tough jobs. What are you gonna do, One-sama? Out of respect for your pride, we were planning to stay out of your way in the hopes that you'd challenge him again in a beat-up body of yours. But Kanekun sure is strong, right? Right now, no matter how much you struggle, there's no way you could win, right? You people.
My, you sisters are always so lively. Is this any time to fight amongst yourselves? It's only together that you're the 7 stakes of purgatory, right? Now, play nice and execute the tasks I give you. Swiftly, okay?
Hey, Lucifer One-sama, if you want to borrow the power of your little sisters, then say it, okay? We want to hear you ask us for help with your own mouth. Do you plan to mock me even more? I, the foolish, weak, ugly, and shameful. Lucifer, the other sister, begged my younger sisters to save me. Come on, let's hear it. If you let us hear that, we'll save you. Okay, everyone? You... bitch! The 7 sisters of Purgatory unanimously closed in on their worthless sister, abusing her. Even Ganon, who had been fighting for his life a second ago, couldn't bear to look at it. It's just like, oh god. As if I could say something like that.
Quickly now. Clearly we won't make any progress here with you alone. Hurry up. Let the 7 sisters strike Kanon.
My, what is the matter, Lucifer? This is an order from Milady, is it not?
How cruel.
After grinding her teeth over and over after hearing her sister's curses, Lucifer trembled all over, and answered her sister's request.
I, the foolish, weak, ugly, and shameful, Lucifer, the other sister, beg.
The girl known as Pride was finally unable to endure the words she was saying, and broke down crying. However, the 6 younger sisters kept giggling cold-heartedly.
Wait a sec. Don't try to trick us by crying! You haven't finished saying it! That should be enough. Come, sisters, let us display our power. I won't be satisfied till I hear the whole thing, okay? Come on, One-sama, keep going! That's enough!
Oh shit! Oh shit! Hell yeah! Oh, I could fuck with this music.
That's enough! Come on, this shame affects us all! We won't let them leave here alive! Okay, how should we play with this pitiful future? Any wonderful plans? Yes. The healthiest things, the 7 of us should get along and split canon up between us. Good idea. That way all the sisters can get along. Then I'll take the head. I'll leave the limbs and guts to you all. No! I get the head. There's no way that promise will mean anything, right? First one there wins! Yeah! Kanekun, if you got any ideas or how we should kill you, just tell us, okay? The 7 sisters will kill you in an awesome way.
Damn.
You shamed me so deeply! Slicing you into 8 pieces won't be enough! I'll slice you into 100 pieces! Here we go, everyone! Yes, One-sama! Yeah!
Cannon, I believe in you. Kick their fucking asses. The 7 of them burst at once. They had no intention of playing or boasting. This time, they will genuinely follow their master's order. Take Ganon down, swiftly. Fuck him up, Ganon, come on! The 7 sisters jumped around the room faster than the eye could see, examining how they could best kill Ganon. They tortured Ganon with their cruel giggles, sometimes making a close pass at him. They kept scraping his shoulders, his arms, shoulders, and cheeks, gradually carving red letters into his body. At that moment, Shannon dashed up behind him, holding on to him so that she blocked the way to his body at least a little. At the same time, a red cylinder wrapped around the two of them, like a beam of light sent from heaven. That cylinder repelled the evil ones who tormented Ganon. What? You're mean! You're mean! Oh, mean. You're mean! Okay, sorry. This has nothing to do with you! Ah, I see. You must want to play with us. Then I'll take it. Oh, mine! Beatrice-sama, can we take Shannon as our prey?
I don't mind. Do as you like. It seems Ganon alone won't be enough to satisfy your gluttony.
You have our deepest gratitude. Come on, I'll make you regret coming out uninvited. I'll turn you into scraps of meat so unrecognizable you won't be able to tell which is which. Mix you and mince you into hamburgers. Idiots breaking that barrier should come first, right? Don't let our gluttony get in the way of your job. Oh, your gluttony, sorry. Yes, One-sama!
As a horribly natural first action, the 7 sisters began to destroy the barrier Shannon had created. Shannon's barrier certainly was strong. It's powerful enough to even impress Beatrice. With its strength, frail furniture would turn to dust just by touching it. And it was firm, like a tree with deep roots. But no matter how big a tree gets, it'll eventually surrender to a saw or a hatchet. For the 7 sisters, chopping down Shannon's barrier would be annoying, but not impossible. A sound like beetles jumping about grew even fiercer and filled the room. The red barrier began to cut up and eroded away as though with an hatchet, a saw. No. A chainsaw? Oh my god! They're planning on skinning their asses raw! It's just one of those days!
It's just one of those days.
By the way, I've been watching the Evil Dead series lately, and I have found an amazing edit. It came out like 2 years ago, I think. I think it was uploaded like 2 years ago.
Is it also to break things?
Of course it's to break stuff!
Break stuff, not things. Okay. Break things.
This is Break Things by Soggy Croissant.
Fuck up. I'm gonna spell skin your ass raw.
How foolish. Even though you must know that your barrier can't fully protect you from these girls. Why?
Because I couldn't overlook it.
As Shannon covered Ganon, who was already at his limits. Oh fuck, I did not mean to do that. Let me go back! Sprawled out on the floor, who was already at his limits, sprawled out on the floor. She spoke back resolutely.
If you hadn't barged in uninvited, I would have given you a death like sleep. Why have you gone to all the trouble of exposing yourself before the 7 sisters? Not all deaths are the same. A cruel death will cause you far more anguish than merely dying. Go ahead. Do as you like. Just as you always do what you want. I did what I wanted.
Oh, shit!
At any rate, you're not quite amusing at the present moment. Romance is most interesting when you're wondering whether it will succeed or not.
I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. The most interesting manga
Yeah,
the most interesting manga I've read in a long time is about a guy who loves his girlfriends, plural, so much he would do fucking anything for them. And you know what? I
his
fuck with
girlfriends
this
are
manga.
plural.
Huh?
His girlfriends are plural. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Joke. I know what you're talking about.
it's like
I'm-
nah. Romance can be interesting. I don't care if I like seeing it succeed.
Yeah, me too.
I like happy endings.
I don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing it fail because that makes me sad,
Yeah.
and that puts me in a spiral.
Yeah, exactly.
I get really sad.
Alright, go ahead and read this wild Beatrice line.
Once it does succeed, a woman is like salmon who has finished laying its eggs.
Insane thing to say, Beatrice. Oh, Beatrice, are you saying that women are only useful because they can give birth, huh, you bitch?
Those are also useful for eating. I'm already tired of you. Thank you. No words from a witch would make me happier.
Oh, shit!
Then at least in the end, let me see you die in a truly entertaining manner. Seven sisters, can you hear me? Kill Shannon in a way that shows me the limits of brutality.
Shannon?
My apologies. In the end, I wasn't able to reach your level, Genji-sama. You're an idiot, Nei-san. If you'd just let me be, then you might not have had to meet a horrible end. No, it's fine. I received a ring from George-sama and lived as a woman. I have protected you and lived as a sister. With this, my life is complete, with no regrets. Yeah, you're pissing me off.
Oh, you know she's getting angry. She just cursed.
Philosophical take really is irritating. Like I said, your furniture, you don't even smell like a human. Look at me, I am a human. Okay? I thought she was a witch.
Instant pan to Meta World. Oh! What the fuck did I just say, bitch? Battler better use this.
Don't spit out philosophical crap like you're more complete than I am, you furniture.
Also, hey look, another example of why Red Truth is bullshit. She just said there's only 18 humans on this island. Look at what she just called herself. Look at that. Get fucked, bitch. You're done. Fuck her up, Battler. Get her ass.
Hey, we haven't gotten onto the definition of human yet.
Oh no. A featherless biped. Behold a man.
How ugly are those regrets what you truly are? They aren't regrets. This is called living. What's this about not minding if you die just because you were given a ring? I can't understand it. It's incomprehensible, disappointing, outrageous, stunning, and it's all useless.
Shit, you starting to sound like Battler a bit.
Milady, perhaps you're acting a tad like Battler.
Shut up, furniture. Shannon, do you think I'll let you die so easily? Now's the time to bite your tongue. How pitiful. If you can see yourself reflected in my eyes, then shudder at your own ugliness.
Oh shit! Fuck her up! Fuck yeah! Fuck her up, Shannon!
Fear not. Once I've crushed you up, you'll be much more ugly even while you still live.
I'm here too. At that time, Genji softly entered the red barrier. Perhaps that barrier didn't block
Is this
those
allowed?
Apparently, it doesn't block those without ill intent.
Okay. Awesome.
Then Genji gently held her from behind and covered her eyes with his right hand.
Genji-sama?
You've already done enough. Go to sleep before me.
Yes. Thank you very much, Genji-sama.
Indeed. After that, Genji softly pressed his left hand near her collarbone. As he did, emanating from that area, a crimson stain gently spread out. Did Genji just kill Shannon? When Genji removed his hand, bright red fresh blood oozed out of there. It only happened for the first instant, and it was shaped like a crimson rose. And when he removed his right hand covering her face, there was a peaceful expression there as though she was sleeping. Then she fell softly, silently, and slept. Her soul had already been sent to a world where the malicious witch and her furniture could not reach her. Oh my god! This song also fucks. No matter how evilly they tortured her, this scene left Beatrice and the Seven Sisters stunned. Only Renove wore a mysterious smile. Then Genji leaned over Ken, who was crouching on the floor. You did well. You should sleep now too.
Yes. Thank you very much, Genji-sama.
Just as he had done with Shannon, he softly covered Cannon's eyes with his hand, then gently pressed the area around Cannon's collarbone with his other hand. And when his hand was removed with the lightness of a feather, there was a crimson rose there. But that rose shape quickly turned into a stain of bright red blood pouring out. What is that?
What a boring person. Even though it's so fun to poke the balloon of life with a needle so that it forcefully explodes.
Spectacular, Genji. You truly are furniture. Thank you very much. Well then, Beatrice-sama, Renove-sama, but this is my final task. Allow me to rest.
Damn you, snatching away my fun. Why don't I take all the thrashing and mashing I wanted to do to them and give it to you instead?
Beatrice faced him with an unsatisfied expression, but Renove spoke quietly to Genji with a soothing smile. You have worked hard. You are my greatest servant. As a final gift, I shall bestow upon you a peaceful sleep fitting for all the labors you have performed.
What? Wait, it's not your place to.
When Renove snapped his fingers, Genji slumped to the floor like a puppet with his strings cut. Suddenly, and yet gently, he crumpled, falling into a sleep that no witch could call him back from. It was as filled with kindness as the sleep he had given Shannon and Cannon. Think we should end it there?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I hope Battler fucking goes after her. I'm hoping Battler goes after her, because she did just explicitly say she's human. Like, Battler,
It might have been more in a mocking way.
doesn't matter. She explicitly said it herself. I would go after her, 100%. We saw how the annoying strategy worked out so well. Oh, I'm glad to see my strategy finally given the light of day. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Umineko. Shit's been getting wild.
Yeah.
And I hope you'll join us to see
Especially
how
since
wild
this is
shit
where-
gets in the future.
Especially since this is where you left off before.
Thank you so much. If you like this video, please leave a comment, leave a like. I would love to see you come by my channel again. Bye for now.